Hey everyone, Tink here, Tink Media. Today we're gonna react to a video on YouTube made by Karen. It's called "The Netherlands is the worst country in Europe," and she's gonna explain to us why. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hello, fellow travelers.
Hello.
Today I'm going to tell you about a country that I didn't like. Officially, it is named the Netherlands, but my experience was specifically in the Holland region in the city of Amsterdam. The country of Holland is full of attractive people. Many people would like to move there to find love because the Dutch
Okay.
are very good looking people.
Apparently I'm very good looking, so I'll take it. Thank you very much.
People claim that there are jobs there and that it's a very special country. I found out about this country online. When I arrived in this country with my son, the very first day was snowy. I stayed at Schiphol Airport for
Nice. I mean, I haven't seen any decent amount of snow here in ages.
the first night because we landed late and security personnel mistreated us and were racist towards us. Most people spoke Dutch
What?
because we landed late and security personnel mistreated us and were racist towards us.
So she had to stay the first night at the Schiphol airport, not just because she had bad planning and arrived late, but also because of racism. Because of course nowadays everything is racism. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
Most people spoke Dutch, which is a
Did you see that white paper going with the wind? Fucking racism. Why is it not black paper in this video? This Karen is racist. Racist Karen. You should have used the black paper, or at least photoshopped a black paper beside it. You know, for the diversity of the video. Because this white paper, nah, I'm not having it. Racist.
very hard language to learn. Some
What?
people also spoke English as a
What?
second learn. Some people also spoke Dutch, which is a very hard language to learn.
She was actually surprised that people in the Netherlands are talking Dutch. Like really? This this gotta be satire, right? This because that's like me going to China and then be like, hey, what's going on? Can someone help me? All these people here, they everyone is speaking Chinese. Help! I mean really?
Some people also spoke English as a secondary language, but it was broken English, therefore
Keyword here, of course, being secondary. So of course it's gonna be broken English. I mean, you can hear it in this video. My English is broken as fuck, but I can still manage to make myself a little bit understandable. And to be honest, that's enough. If I visit a country, a non-English speaking country, and people there are speaking broken English with me, I'm fucking happy because I can't expect more from them, you know. It's not that they're obligated to speak English to me.
it was very hard to communicate with them.
I don't believe it.
I struggled as the airport was the first encounter
I'd argue 95% at least of the Dutch people can make themselves understandable enough in English to have a decent conversation with.
ever had with the Dutch.
And wait,
The next day was the first encounter I ever had with the Dutch.
why is she surprised that if you arrive in a country for the first time with an airplane, that the airport is gonna be the place where you have the first encounter with the people from that country? Can somebody explain to me why that sounds like a surprise? I don't get it.
The next day I went to my hotel, which by the way was very expensive. I did not find any cheap hotels to stay at within the city of Amsterdam.
Oh, never mind. I mean, she's also surprised she can't find a cheap hotel in Amsterdam. So she can't. I don't get it. That's like Amsterdam is like the most well-known, the biggest tourist city of the country. So of course everything is going to be expensive. I have yet to find uh, the biggest, most well-known tourist location of a country that's cheaper than any random town. I have yet to find that location in the fucking world. If somebody knows that location, put it in the comments. I wanna know because, like I said, I have yet to find it.
I spent too much money. After staying 2 months in Amsterdam, I suffered so much. I
She suffered so much. She spent too much money, and somehow that's the fault of the Netherlands.
wanted to leave, and I
Okay.
ended up completely broke. It was freezing there. There was too much snow and many bicycles everywhere, because the Dutch culture involves riding a bike everywhere, since the country is little. The Netherlands being a car free country,
Eh.
there are not
The Netherlands is not a car-free country. It's just some cities, some areas in some cities uh, have car-free areas or car-less areas. Um, but that's just common sense. It's like way easier to get around on a bike or on foot or using public transport than it is if you would car, especially if you're not from here.
many cars around. As I said earlier, the Dutch are very attractive people physically, but they are very cold and they will
True, I am very attractive physically.
not socialize with you. They will never talk to you out of the blue. Instead, they just show you a fake smile. The fact that they constantly said, "Hello, hello," annoyed me so much, and I
Huh?
didn't
So she's complaining that people are not talking with her or socializing with her, but when people are saying hello to her, then she's also complaining. So basically, you can't please this Karen. Okay.
like it at all. That's how they communicate, so you move out of their way.
Huh?
Because they are commuting through the
Huh?
city using
Wait.
bicycles.
Wait.
They will never talk to you out of the blue. Instead, they just show you a fake smile. The fact that they constantly said, "Hello, hello,"
Constantly
annoyed
said
me so
hello,
much,
hello.
and I didn't like it at all. That's how they communicate, so you move out of their way. Because they are commuting through the
I know what happened. She's. I mean, I thought she was like annoyed because people are greeting her by saying hello because hello is just a greeting, you know. But then she's like, people are constantly saying hello to me to get me to move out of the way. So then I'm like, oh, she's probably walking in places she shouldn't be walking. Then she's probably walking on a bike lane or something, and people are trying to get her attention, and then yell to her, hey, hello, or something, you know, like, hey, hello, aan de kant, hey, hallo, hey, aan de kant, hey, hallo, you know, which is basically like, hey, move out of the way, idiot. But you have to say hello a couple of times because she's probably deaf or something. Not the sharpest tool in the shed, I believe.
city using bicycles. There are also railways for cable cars on the streets with the buses and cars and bikes. All of them using the same roads.
Yeah, we call that efficiency.
I found it quite unorganized. It is a very small city, beautiful and old fashioned, but it is full of canals and rivers, which I didn't like. I suffered so much.
Oh my god, she suffered so much. I mean, let's ignore all the true suffering that's going on in the world. You know, all the people that can't afford food, people are homeless, people living in war zones, people that can't afford going on vacations like this. You know, let's ignore all that, but let's pay attention to how this Karen is truly suffering because Amsterdam has canals and she is there on her own free will. Oh my god, the horror, the absolute horror. Can you imagine? Oh my god.
I became depressed since I spent so much money. I never even
She became depressed because she spent so much money. I mean, again, on her own decision making. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Netherlands forced her to spend all her money. I mean,
I haven't found a job to sustain myself, and I've been ripped off by 2 Dutch employment
this can't be
agencies.
serious.
Because they
What, she's
demand you
ripped,
meet
huh?
so many requirements, spend so much money. I never even found a job to sustain myself, and I've been ripped off by 2 Dutch employment agencies.
To be honest, the decision making this Cameron is portraying thus far is kind of. I'm starting to get why she would not be capable to find a job. You know what I mean? It doesn't come as a surprise at this point that this person wasn't capable of finding a job in the Netherlands, where basically everyone who can breathe can get a job.
Because they demand you meet so many requirements to work, and it's a very closed country, you can't work or have access to basic
But I
services
wanna
as a
go back to the
I
robbed
suffered so
part.
much. I became depressed since I spent so much money. I never even found a job to sustain myself, and I've been ripped off.
I mean, how can you be ripped off? How can you get ripped off by a job agency? I don't get it. Everything you earn, everything they have to pay you, it's you sign these papers before you go to work, you know, so you know exactly what you are going to earn and how much you're gonna pay to your taxes, and the taxes check your earnings, they check the employers. I mean, it's very hard to get ripped off by a job agency, you know.
By 2 Dutch employment agencies. Because they demand you meet so many requirements to work, and it's a very closed country,
Uh, what does she mean, so much requirements to work? I mean, is she actually surprised that for some jobs or certain jobs you have to meet certain requirements? Like, did she actually walk in there and like started to bang on the table? I want to be the CEO of Heineken, and I want to be it today. Hello, hello. I want to be the CEO of Heineken. I want to be it today. And then they're like, okay, so do you have any credentials, any experience to be the CEO of Heineken? And then she said, now you're just ripping me off, to be honest. And they're like, okay, dude, you better walk out of here. What the fuck? This makes no sense.
you can't work or have access to basic services as a foreigner.
Yeah,
If
that's
you
just
earn
not true. That's just not true. Of course, you have access to basic services as a foreigner. Like, if you're here on a holiday as a foreigner and something happens to you, you can just use the ambulance, go to the doctor, go to the hospital, whatever. It probably won't cost you anything or hardly a thing.
American, I guess the same principles.
Or does she mean what does she mean with services? Does she mean like free money or something? You know, you know that every tourist that goes here gets free money.
Applies to any non-European foreigner. You have zero possibilities of working in the Netherlands.
It's just not
I
true.
lived
I
in
mean, Amsterdam alone is it's filled with expats, you know, and those are high-paid jobs. Those are skillful workers that come here from other countries to do specific jobs, usually very high-paid jobs. But also the minimum wage jobs, you know, the warehouses and anything, everything. There's foreign people everywhere. I've worked with American people, I've worked with English people, I've worked with Polish people, I've worked with German people, I've worked with French people, I've worked with Greek people. Hell, I can't even think of any nationality of people I haven't worked with, you know. That's how easy it is to work here in the Netherlands for people.
Amsterdam,
You only have to do a little bit of effort, a little bit of homework.
and after doing so for a time, there is nothing left for us. Let's also not forget that the Dutch are stingy and greedy.
Okay, so yeah, we have that stereotype, you know. So there's probably some truth in there, like in most stereotypes, I guess. I don't know.
In most cases, they will not give you a handout if you're in need. Some people
Yeah, but why would Dutch people should give you handouts when you come here as a foreigner with not enough money and are not capable of finding a job apparently. Why should the Netherlands or Dutch people be obligated to give you handouts? Makes no sense.
Point out the greatness of the welfare that citizens of the European Union can benefit from, but that
Yeah, to be honest, we have a pretty amazing welfare system, to be honest. Um, but it just doesn't come falling from the sky magically the first day you arrive here, you know. You have to put in some effort and do your homework a little bit, like with, as with most things in life, I would argue.
that was not so great, because I've met many people from Europe who still had nothing while there, as they spent all their money in that country, and
Yeah, but
especially in
yeah,
the
but how can you again? How can you blame the country if you spent all your money? Like, did the country pull a gun on you and forces you to spend all your money? Like, it's like when I go to I book a holiday to Italy for 3 weeks, and then the first week I blow all my money, and then I get angry at Italy and Italians, and I blame Italian people that I spend all my money. I can't do that. I mean, I can, but it makes no sense.
city of Amsterdam. They read on the internet that it is supposed to be the best country and that there are plenty of opportunities.
Yeah,
But
there
it's
are.
not true. Forget about
It's
going
true.
there if you don't have any money. Because if you're unlucky and
This is actually the first time I agree with Karen. Don't come here if you don't have any money. But that applies to basically almost everything, I'd argue. Because if I don't have any money, I don't even go out of the house, let alone to another country.
end up homeless, you can't even exist there. The police will arrest you and fine you if they see you sleeping on the streets. I met a girl from Germany, and she had a tough life in the Netherlands. She had trouble saving up money working at bars and hotels. Even with 2 jobs, she was not able to save enough money to survive. It is
What?
very hard because the
For real? So why did that make the news then? Why isn't there a newspaper pasted here in the video with on the first page, because it would be front page news if it would happen. A German girl dies of hunger whilst working 2 jobs in the Netherlands. You can't just make shit up like that. I mean, you you have to have a living job, you know. I mean, she's talking about hotels and bars, which already tells me she couldn't hold one job or hold a job because it's multiple bars and multiple hotels apparently. So, but that aside, you need a living job, of course, to live. That's why it's called a living job. I mean, I can drive around and deliver commercial folders or newspapers. I can do that 5 hours a week, and I can make $5 an hour. I don't know. And I can call that a job because I do it 5 hours a week and it's a job, but of course I can't expect to live from a job like that. Even if I have 2 jobs like that, I still can't live from it. This can't be serious, right? This gotta be satire.
The
This
system
can't be.
is made to benefit older people. Older people's wages are way higher than young people's. It's a
It's
system.
not true. And also, why is this video dubbed? What the fuck? Look at this. Didn't she? Didn't she like
Enough money
hate
to
Dutch
survive.
people because they
It
couldn't
is
speak
very
English?
hard because the system is made to benefit.
Why is she? Why is someone else speaking English in this video? Could it be because she can't speak any English? Well played, Karen. Well played.
Older people. Older people's wages are way higher than young
Yeah, it's
people's.
not true.
It's a
Wages go up here uh, till like 21 or 23. 23, I think. After that, wages don't go up anymore because of your age. They go up because of the type of work you do, the company you work for, your own negotiating skills. Uh, any other reason besides your age?
system where the older you get, the more you get paid. The
Nope. The only thing you get, the older you get, is some after 12 years. It's like a worthless watch. So from that day on, you can exactly see how long you're wasting your life away at this wage slave company. You know.
The most important thing you need to know before moving to the Netherlands is to bring a lot of money with you because you
Oh
are
my
going to
god.
spend a lot on hotels and going out.
For real? Oh my
To
god.
bring a lot of money with you because you are it's a system where the older you get, the more you get paid. The most important thing you need to know before moving to the Netherlands is to bring a lot of money with you because
Thank you so much for these pearls of wisdom, Karen. Thank you so fucking much. Who would have thought that if you wanted to move to another country, you need money? I mean, I would have never guessed that, to be honest. I would have never. So, thank you, Karen. Thank you so fucking much. That's great. That's amazing. I never would have thought that if I wanted to live in another country and move there, I, I need money. I mean, I never would think of that.
you are going to spend a lot on hotels and going out.
This can't be
This is
real.
especially true in Amsterdam, which is a very small city. You could literally walk across the city in 1.5 hours.
Yeah, and I mean, if you don't have a lot of money and you can see everything in the city by just walking 1.5 hour, isn't that a positive thing? You know?
Also, consider in winter it is very cold, very windy, very snowy, and in Amsterdam, there are not many places to sit. There aren't big shops.
There are plenty of places to sit in Amsterdam. I mean, sit your ass down and shut up. You can do that everywhere. Please do it, please.
Shopping centers to go shopping. The only places to go are McDonald's and Burger King, which are places.
She can sit her ass down on the sidewalk, and I would be perfectly fine with that. Everyone would. And like, what? Is she for real? I need to hear that again.
The only places to go are McDonald's and Burger King.
The only places to go. I mean, okay, I can tell by looking at her. She goes to McDonald's and Burger King every day when she's on vacation, of course. But who does that? I mean, who goes on a holiday and then goes to McDonald's every day? I mean, like they have McDonald's in like every country, you know. Almost every country on the world has a McDonald's. The only reason if I go on holiday to another country uh, and I never been there, I maybe go to McDonald's once just to see the difference between the McDonald's there and here, you know. But other than that, I'm all about those local dishes. I mean, why would I go on holiday and then eat the same McBacon or whatever I can eat here around the corner, you know? No wonder, no wonder she's out of money when every time she wants a McBacon, she goes to another country to get one.
Which are places most people gather and drink. In reality, this country isn't that great. There are too many drugs. On the weekends, teenagers get high, get drunk, and there's also a lot of legal.
Yeah, that's every country, I guess. People do drugs. If it's legal or illegal, that doesn't matter. People do it anyway. They do it regardless, or if it's legal or illegal. The only thing is if you like criminalize it like in the United States, it only has a negative effect in my opinion. I mean, you have people serve life sentence for marijuana possession. That's just ridiculous. I mean, you basically ruin someone's life because they want to smoke a plant peacefully and don't harm anyone else. don't harm anyone. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, for example, you know, when I was 16, I wanted to try ecstasy. I could go to a party, and at the party there would be medical personnel and people. I could take my ecstasy pill. I could have my ecstasy pill tested to see if there wasn't anything dangerous or toxic in there, and then I could take my ecstasy pill relatively safe, you know, because if something would happen, I would pass out or something. There would be medical personnel and everything at the parties, so it was pretty amazing. And when I got older, like 22, 23, and I partied less and less, I also just didn't want to use the drugs anymore because it was only for the party. And if I behaved like that in the United States, for example, I just would end up in prison. And now I'm like this perfect example of contributing member of society, you know, family man, blah blah blah.
And illegal prostitution. To be honest, I
Wait,
didn't
what?
find it was the best country in the world. And there's also a lot of legal and illegal prostitution.
Yeah, it's legal,
To be
so
honest,
I don't know about
I
the
didn't
illegal.
find it was the best country in the world, as the internet claims.
Well, to be honest, I have not seen any reason not to come here. The only thing I see in this video is reasons you should not move to another country when you don't have any money. That's my only takeaway from this video, to be honest. This Karen is amazing. This Karen is hilarious, to be honest. I mean, think about it. What she's saying is, I couldn't manage my money. I made one bad decision after another. I was not capable of finding a job, and then I still wasted all my money. And that's not my fault, but it's the fault of an entire country and the entire population of that country. So yeah, that's basically that's basically what she's saying. That's fucking amazing, to be honest. I'm gonna use that one as well. Oh, I didn't make a bad decision. I didn't fucked up. It was the entire country's fault. But yeah, look, there's still plenty of time left, so she's probably gonna explain to us how it was all sarcasm. Okay, apparently not. Apparently we only see her suffer. Okay. I'll admit, if you have to listen to this too long, you might be suffering a little bit, but... But yeah, I guess she was serious then. Therefore, I can't take her serious, so... But yeah, it was a great video. I had fun. I hope you did it as well. And maybe I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.